All right, bros. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mateo. Good to be with you again. Another 5-month hiatus since the last video. I wanted to check in and say what's up and just see how the Monero bros were doing. Are you hanging in there? I know it's been difficult over the last few weeks as Monero's gone frickin' hyper nuclear. There's still speculation as to what happened there. It's like some people thought there was a hack of somebody's Bitcoin account that had like $330 million in it, and somehow that made its way into Monero to flush the funds out and wash them out and then channel them off into somewhere else. Now, that's a speculative theory. Nobody quite knows what's going on. Um, I'm not so sure if that makes sense because $330 million going into Monero in that short a period, I feel like would make a much bigger move because I really don't think there would be that much available Monero for that person to buy. It's not like it's totally illiquid, but for them to only move the market cap $1 billion, which I know sounds like a lot in Monero land, but to do that with 330 million, like that just doesn't add up. But anyways, the price is going up. Super cool. You're up 116% over the last year, which is pretty good in Monero land. Uh, I think we started making videos back here. No, no, no. Somewhere back. Nope, not even there. At 21. So it was a hard slog for a few years, but it looks like we're going to go into escape velocity. And the reason I think that is because the ecosystem is growing so much. There's so much more activity getting into Monero that it's hard for me to keep up with it all. Um, New channels are coming online every day, YouTube channels, X accounts, etc. New developers wanting to come to the space. And lately, for me, I've just wanted to sit back and watch because one, my life has been occupied with other things, frankly, tax season in particular, which is now over, thank God. But also, spending more time at the church, spending more time with family and friends. I'm living more the analog life nowadays. I'm trying to spend less time on the internet. I feel like the internet, and in particular the crypto environment in general, is kind of an energy suck. And the crypto world is just kind of a dark place, to tell you the truth. It's just, I feel my energy when I interact with it just kind of get lower vibrational, if you want to use terms like that. Like a lot of the Bitcoin bros, they follow Michael Saylor still. And we talked about Michael Saylor years ago. And one thing that we were kind of right about is him being like the Antichrist of crypto. Now, I didn't think it would be so blatant, but he's posting pictures of himself. I'm not even going to say it. Just go check out his Twitter account if you want to go, or his X account if you want to go get the DL as to what he's been up to lately. But he sees himself as a kind of messiah. And it's really dark stuff. And you just don't want to follow people like that, people who tempt God in such a way. It's just not something that's going to turn out very well. So I'm glad that nobody's doing that in Monero land yet, although I'm sure as the price goes up, this ecosystem will just become as corrupted as any other ecosystem, probably. But, it's nice when the price stays stagnant like that because the true hardcore believers tend to stick in there and it tends to forge a particular type of person. And for you to miss out on all of the meme coins and all of the chicanery everywhere else in this space, but to stay true to really the only true cryptocurrency that's out there is a testament to a particular character. And surely, as the price goes up, it's going to attract a different kind of character, and those people will probably be loud voices, and evolution will take its turn at that point. But nevertheless, I'm glad that we had the opportunity to enjoy the community as we had had. Now, one thing I do want to say is there's so many like really, really smart people coming to the space right now that I don't feel like I have a lot to add. Um, People way smarter than me, people who actually are more tech oriented. And, we still have our theories and theses about what's going to be happening with Monero, why it's going to go hyper mega nuclear. We've laid all that out, and I don't really feel the need to talk about that much anymore because it's out there on the channel if you want to get into it. But yeah, I just like living the analog life. Before I started making videos, I didn't really have a social media account. I didn't really spend a lot of time on the internet. I did do some doom scrolling, just like anybody else did during the dark days of COVID and before that. But um, it's kind of peaceful to kind of be away from it all, and you got to watch your energy. You got to take care of your energy. So um, I could talk more, but I think that's really all I want to say. Monero's going up. I wanted to check in on you guys and see how you were doing. So I'm going to be out traveling in the next 3 months. If you're in Eastern Europe, give me a shout. Maybe we could hang out. I plan on being at MoneroCon, which I believe is in June, late June, in Prague. And I've never been to Europe in my life. It'll be my first time. I'm going to go visit a friend of mine who recently moved to Romania, and he's living on a farm, and it's nearby a monastery. I don't want to, give too much detail, but he's a cool guy, and I'm going with a friend of mine from church, and then we're going through Bulgaria and then to Greece, where I'm going to see my godmother, and then, you know, at that point, I'm just kind of hitting the road to go wander and explore Eastern Europe. I have no desire at all to go to Western Europe. It just seems like a goofy place at this point. Maybe Italy, but I just have no desire to go to Britain or France or Belgium. Why would you? I feel like Eastern Europe is where it's at nowadays. So, you know, give me a shot if you happen to be in the area. I think maybe when I'm on the road, I'll make some videos, but I've got to figure out how to do that. My big problem is I'm really stupid when it comes to making videos. I mean, this is as good as I could do it. Just hit the on button, get a cheap $15 mic, and just spit. It worked for a while. And by the way, I'm almost at 2K subs. And even though I don't make videos much anymore, I'd like to get to 2K subs. So please subscribe to the channel. And I'd be very appreciative. And maybe I'll make videos on the road. If I could figure out some cheap equipment that I could take with me, that'd be cool. I know some crypto bros are in Eastern Europe, and maybe we could set up like interviews or something like that. I think the Zano team is somewhere out there. And by the way, Zano is doing some cool stuff. I have to give a shout out to Zano. I know pretty much every Monero bro hates Zano for whatever reason. There are a lot of reasons. I don't care. I like the project. I've met the people. They're cool. It's a decent project, whatever. So maybe I'll talk to those people. Maybe talk to some other Monero people. I'll try to keep in touch. But that's sort of where I'm at right now. Just wanted to say what's up. Christ is risen. And I'll check back in with you all soon.